Why high-achieving women attract narcissists? Hmm. He did not choose you because you were weak. He chose you because you could carry what he refused to carry. He did not choose you because you were weak. He chose you because you were useful. That may sting a little, and I am sorry to say what I'm going to say next, but I'm going to say good. Let it sting in the right place. Because if you are a high-achieving woman who has survived narcissistic abuse, you have probably asked yourself one brutal question over and over again. I know I did. How did I let this happen? You may have thought, I'm smart, I'm capable, I manage people, I run a business, I make decisions, I handle pressure, I can read a room, I can solve problems. So how did I miss this? That question, I want to tell you, is a trap. The better question is not, how did I miss it? The better question is, what did he see in me that he knew he could use? Today, we are talking about what I call the competency trap. This is the pattern where the very traits that make you successful in life become the very traits that get exploited in a toxic relationship. Your drive, your loyalty, your empathy, your ability to stay calm in a crisis, your ability to overfunction, your ability to keep going when most people would just collapse. Those traits are super powerful. But in the wrong relationship, they can become the cage. And before we go any further, I want to be very clear with you. This episode is not about blaming you. Not at all. This is not you attracted it, so it is your fault. No. This is about understanding how a controlling person can study your strengths, depend on your strengths, benefit from your strengths, and then slowly punish you for having them. That is a very different conversation. It is one we need to have. The woman I am talking to, this episode is for the woman who looks fine, the woman who is still showing up, the woman who can lead a meeting, hold a family gathering, answer every email, remember everybody's schedule, pay the bills, make an appointment, calm the room, and still go to bed feeling like she is disappearing. It is for the woman who has heard things like, you are too much. You always think you are right. You care more about work than this family. You are controlling. You are cold. You are hard to love. You make everything about you. But deep down, she knows something is off. Because she is not cold. She is exhausted. She is not controlling. She is trying to create stability. She is not hard to love. She has been living with someone who made love feel like a performance review. And that does something to a woman. It makes her start shrinking in private while still performing in public. That is the hidden wound of a high-achieving woman. People see her success. They do not see the emotional war happening at home. What is the competency trap, you ask? Well, good question. The competency trap is where a woman's ability to handle life becomes the reason someone keeps handing her more and more weight. At first, he admires it. He loves that you are independent. He loves that you are driven. He loves that you are generous, that you are organized. He loves that you're emotionally deep. He loves that you do not give up easily. In the beginning, it can feel like he finally sees you. He may say things like, I have never met anyone like you. You are different. You are so strong. I love how ambitious you are. I feel safe with you. You make me want to be better. And because you have probably spent much of your life being the strong one, that kind of admiration can feel like relief. Finally, someone sees how much you carry, right? Finally, someone appreciates it. Finally, someone is not intimidated by your success. And then something shifts. The same strength he praised becomes the thing he resents. The same ambition he admires becomes selfish. The same independence he loved becomes, you think you're better than him. The same emotional intelligence he leaned on becomes, you are too sensitive. The same problem solving he benefited from becomes, you are controlling. That is a trap, my friend. He was attracted to your competence, then he used it, then he attacked it. And by the time you notice, you are not just in the relationship, you are in a job you never applied for. And none of this is funny, is it? No. The job description you never agreed to is not funny. Let's call it what it is. Many high-achieving women in toxic relationships become the unpaid manager of the entire emotional system. You become the calendar, the accountant, the cleaner, the therapist, the mood reader, the peacekeeper, the fixer, the public relations person, the crisis responder, the one who smooths everything over, the one who makes sure the kids are okay, the one who keeps the bills paid, the one who remembers birthdays, the one who senses when he's off, the one who changes the subject before he explodes, the one who apologizes just to end the tension. And because you are capable, you do it well. That is the dangerous part. You can survive dysfunction at a very, very high level. You can keep a whole life looking normal while your body is screaming inside. Been there, done it? That does not mean that you are okay. I wasn't okay. That means that you are trained. I know, it hurts and it sucks. And many high achieving women have been trained for years to ignore their own discomfort and just keep moving. That is why this kind of abuse can hide for so long. Because you do not look helpless. You look impressive. But inside, you are tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix, right? Now let's talk about why these women are often targeted. Not because they are foolish. No, not because they are desperate. Not because they are weak. They are targeted because they bring resources. And I do not mean just money. I mean emotional resources, stability, status, problem solving, social credibility, nurturing, forgiveness, image management, sexual loyalty. Oh boy. Family structure, professional respect, a nervous system that has learned to absorb pressure. To a healthy partner, these traits are beautiful. To a controlling partner, these traits are supply. This is the hard truth. The narcissist or coercive partner is often not looking for love in the mature sense. They are looking for regulation. They are looking for someone to make them feel important, stable, admired, rescued, and safe from their own emptiness. And a high-achieving woman can look like the perfect container. She has the job. She has the discipline. She has the social skills. She has the drive. She has the empathy. She has the ability to carry stress. She has the ability to make chaos look manageable. So he does not just want to be with her. He wants access to what she produces. Her energy, reputation, her care, her labor, her money, her body, her attention, her credibility, her light. And if she has not learned strong internal boundaries, she may mistake being needed for being loved. Oh, that sentence really matters, and it just, it's so hard, isn't it? I'm here. I'm with you. Let's keep going. Like I said, that sentence really matters. She may mistake being needed for being loved. The early stage, admiration. In the beginning, it often starts with this intense admiration, like we've heard, right? The love bombing, etc. He studies you. He learns what you are proud of. He learns where you are lonely. He learns what you have survived. He learns what you wish somebody would say. Then he reflects it back. This can be very, very powerful. You feel chosen. You feel seen. You may think, finally, someone understands how hard I have worked. And listen, this is not stupidity, not by a long shot. This is human. We all want to be seen, especially if you have spent years being the one who holds everything else together. But love bombing is not always flowers and grand gestures. Sometimes love bombing sounds like emotional recognition. I see how strong you are. No one appreciates you like I do. You deserve someone who supports your dreams. I would never hold you back. That is why it gets confusing. Because the beginning may contain words you have waited your whole life to hear. But words are not safety. Consistency is safety. Respect is safety. Accountability is safety. A person's ability to celebrate your success without becoming small, cold, cruel, jealous, or withdrawn is safety. After admiration comes absorption. This is where he slowly starts taking more than he gives. Not always in obvious ways. It may start small. He has a crisis and you help. He is stressed and you adjust. He forgets something and you cover it. He is moody and you soften yourself. He mishandles money and you step in. He hurts your feelings and somehow you end up comforting him. At first you think relationships take work, and they do. But there is a difference between mutual work and one-sided emotional labor. There is a difference between supporting somebody and becoming their life support machine. The high-achieving woman often gets pulled in because she is good at repair. She knows how to fix things. She knows how to think 3 steps ahead. She knows how to handle hard conversations. She knows how to make a plan. So when the relationship starts to wobble, she does what she has always done. She works harder. She communicates better. She reads the book. She books the therapist. She changes the tone. She makes the budget. She improves the schedule. She explains her feelings more clearly. She tries to become easier to love. But here's the hard truth. You cannot become healthy enough to make an unhealthy person treat you well. I need to repeat that for you. You cannot become healthy enough to make an unhealthy person treat you well. If I could come in there and give you a hug, I would. You cannot communicate someone into caring. You cannot organize someone into integrity. You cannot love someone into accountability. And you cannot perform your way into being safe. Yeah. The aversion, your strength becomes the problem. This is where narcissistic abuse becomes psychologically brutal. The same traits that kept the relationship functioning are later used against you. If you ask for accountability, you are attacking him. If you ask where the money went, you are controlling. If you are tired, you are dramatic. If you cry, you are unstable. If you get angry after months or years of being dismissed, now you are the abuser. If you pull away, you are cold. If you succeed, you are selfish. If you shine, you are too much. This is the aversion. Your reality gets flipped. The woman who carried everything is accused of causing the weight. The woman who kept the peace is blamed for the conflict. The woman who paid the price is told she is ungrateful. And because she is self-reflective, she looks inward. Yeah, I know. That is another reason high-achieving women are vulnerable to this. They are willing to ask, what can I do better? That is a beautiful trait in a healthy environment, right? In an abusive environment, it becomes a trapdoor because the wrong person will let you keep taking responsibility for harm they are choosing. Let me give you some real life examples so I can make this concrete. And I know this is hard. Just please stay with me. You're not the only one. You're not the only one who has gone through this, okay? Example 1. Just take a deep breath. You get a promotion. You are excited. You come home and you tell him. He gives you a flat, empty, that's good. Then he changes the subject. Later that night, he is irritated, quiet, distant. Maybe he picks a fight over something small. The dishes, the kids, your tone, the fact that you were on the phone, the fact that you were thinking you were better than everybody else now. Suddenly, your win turns into tension. So next time something good happens, you soften it. You make it smaller. You do not celebrate too loudly. You do not tell him right away. This is not humility. This is conditioning. Example number 2. You're preparing for something important. A keynote, a court date, a big meeting, a client launch, a family event. Right before it, he starts something. A fight, silent treatment, a cruel comment, financial panic, dramatic accusation. Now your body is flooded. You show up to the big moment, but half of you is still back in the kitchen replaying what happened. This is not random. This is sabotage through emotional timing. Yeah. Example 3. You are the one who keeps the home functioning. You remember the forms, the appointments, the meals, the bills, the birthdays, the school emails, the family obligations. But when you finally say, I need help, he says, you always act like the martyr. Now your needs becomes an accusation against you. You stop asking. You just carry more. Example 4. In public, he's charming, helpful, funny, generous, kind to strangers, loved by your friends, respected by people who do not live with him. And at home, he is cold, critical, distant, withholding, sarcastic, punishing, impossible to please. That split can make a woman feel like she is losing her mind because everyone else sees the performance. You live with the pattern, and the pattern is what matters. The body knows before the mind admits it. One of the biggest mistakes high achieving women make is trusting their resume more than their body. They think, I should be able to figure this out. So they stay in the mind. They analyze, they research, they explain, they try to diagnose, they try to find the perfect sentence, they try to understand his childhood, they try to understand his trauma, they try to understand why he does what he does. But while the mind is trying to build a courtroom case, the body is already telling the truth. The tight chest, the stomach drop when his name pops up on your phone, the way your shoulders rise when you hear his truck pull in, the way you rehearse simple conversations before saying them, the way your sleep changes, the way your appetite changes, the way you feel calm only when he's gone, the way you feel more like yourself in a hotel room, in a parked car, or a friend's kitchen than in your own house. That is data. Your body is not being dramatic. Your body is keeping record. The flaw in why do I attract them? Now, I want to challenge the wording of the question itself. Why do high achieving women attract narcissists? It is a useful search term, but it can also be a very dangerous shame question because it can make it sound like you are a magnet for harm, right? I do not want you walking around thinking, there is something in me that pulls abusers in. That is too simplistic. A better way to say this is, what traits did he notice and how did he exploit them? That puts the responsibility where it belongs. Predatory people test everyone. They test boundaries. They test empathy. They test your honesty. They test your response to guilt. They test. They test whether you will explain yourself. They test whether you will forgive too quickly. They test whether you will protect their image at the cost of your own truth. The issue is not that you attracted him. The issue is what happened when he tested the door. Was the door locked? Was there a boundary? Was there a consequence? Was there a clear no? Or did you explain softly, rescue, excuse, and try harder? That is where the healing work begins, not in self-blame, in pattern recognition. The high achiever blind spots now. Let's talk about the blind spots. Not flaws, blind spots. Okay? Blind spot number one. You have a high tolerance for discomfort. You can push through stress. That helps you succeed. But in a relationship, it may cause you to normalize pain. You may think, it is not that bad because you are used to hard things. Blind spot number two. You are used to earning love through performance. Many high-achieving women learned early that being useful got them approval. Be good, be helpful, be impressive. Do not need too much. Do not fall apart. Make everyone proud. So when love feels conditional, it may feel familiar. Let me say that again. So when love feels conditional, it may feel familiar. Not healthy, but familiar. Blind spot number 3. You overvalue potential. You do not just see who someone is, you see who they could be. And again, a beautiful trait. Wrong person, dangerous outcome. Because you may fall in love with the version of him that only shows up long enough to keep you invested. Blind spot number 4. You are loyal past the point of self-abandonment. Loyalty is very powerful, but loyalty without trust becomes a prison. If you are loyal to someone who keeps harming you, eventually you become disloyal to yourself. I know this is hard. Stay with me. Blind spot 5. You are good at managing image. High-achieving women often know how to keep things polished, but abuse thrives in polished silence, right? We know this. The cleaner it looks on the outside, the more trapped she may feel on the inside. The hard truth, another hard truth. Now here is the part I will not soften. Your kindness needs boundaries. Your empathy needs standards. Your loyalty needs limits. Your forgiveness needs evidence. Your love needs respect. Because without those things, your best traits can be used as open access to your life. That does not make the abuse your fault, but the healing will require you to stop handing out unlimited access to people who have not earned it. That is not bitterness. That is maturity. That is safety. That is becoming whole again. Now, let's talk about 3 steps for this week, okay? I don't want you to leave this episode with only insight. Insight matters, but insight alone does not rebuild a life. So here are 3 steps. Step 1, write the relationship job description. Ask yourself, what job did I take on in this relationship that were never mine? Did I become his emotional regulator, his excuse maker, his financial safety net, his therapist, his crisis manager, his public image protector, his mother, his motivator, his punching bag? His proof that he was a good man. Write it down. No judgment, just data. Because once you see the job clearly, you can decide whether you are resigning. Step 2, track where your body says no. It gives you so much information when you pay attention. So this week, pay attention to your body. Not your guilt, not your fear, not your old habits of explaining. Your body. Do you tense? When do you shrink? When do you rehearse? When do you feel dread? When do you feel relief? When do you feel like yourself? That information also matters. A woman rebuilding herself must learn to trust her body again. Step 3, Pick one place to stop over-functioning. Not 10 places. No. Just one. One place where you stop rescuing. One place where you stop explaining or you stop softening the truth. You can choose a place where you stop doing emotional labor that is not yours. It could be as simple as, I am not available for this conversation if you are insulting me. Something like that. Or you could say, I am not explaining that again. Or send the details by email. Or I will respond when the conversation is respectful. Keep it simple. A boundary is not a courtroom argument. It is a line. Whole again, reframe. Let's talk about that. The goal is not to become cold. I know some women fear that. They think, if I stop overgiving, does that make me selfish? No, definitely not. It makes you honest. Whole again is not about becoming hard. It is about becoming clear. Clear about what is yours and what is not. Clear about what love is and what control is. Clear about what your body has been trying to tell you. Clear about where your loyalty has been leaking into self-embedment. You do not have to hate him to choose yourself. You do not have to prove he is a monster to admit that you are not well in that relationship. You do not need anyone to understand before you start telling the truth. You are allowed to come home to yourself. Now, if you've been asking, why did this happen to me? Why did I attract this? Why did I stay? I really want you to pause, take a breath, and try a better question. What parts of me were used? Because those are the parts we are going to reclaim. Your competence is not the problem. Your success is not the problem. Your empathy is definitely not the problem. Your loyalty isn't the problem. The problem was giving sacred parts of yourself to someone who treated them like resources. And now the work is to bring those parts back home. Not to shame them, not to bury them, not to become someone else, to become yours again. That is what whole again means. If this episode hits something in you, do not ignore it. Write down the one job you are resigning from this week. Not forever, just this week. One job that was never yours. And if you are ready to stop just understanding the abuse and start rebuilding the woman who got buried under it, this is the work we do inside Whole Again. You are not broken. You adapted. Now we rebuild.